Welcome to another impromptu live. You are officially in the alert zone. As you guys can see, I got the incense burning. This was another impromptu. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to come into the room. I would definitely love for you to subscribe to the alert zone. I would love for you to hit the likes button for me. Subscribe, comment. If you're 18 years of age or older, practice your Second Amendment rights. And just before we get started, I saw something earlier today that somebody asked, why do people ask you to hit the like button at the beginning of the video, give you a chance to see if you like it? I'm going to tell you why I'm asking you to hit the like button, so we get the word out there. You may not agree with it, but somebody you know may agree with this. So that's why I ask you at the beginning. So I am on location, coming to y'all from the bluegrass state. I am in the state of Kentucky right now. And if you see the title, you already know where this is gonna go. See, I got one person in the room. I haven't seen who it is yet, but excuse me. Give everybody a few minutes, another 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead on and get to the meat and potatoes of this live stream. I'm gonna try not to be too long, but it is something that we need to talk about. So give y'all a minute to get in the room. Just hope everybody having a good day, wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world. It's a worldwide movement. You don't hear me say that a lot, but it is. It is a worldwide movement. We want this to go worldwide, not just nationwide. I want everybody all over the world to protect themselves. But I also want you to stay alert and try not to make problems for yourselves out in the street, man, because the consequences can be deadly, lethal. And, when you create an issue, you don't always get to pick the punishment. I mean, that's kind of going to be like the meat and potatoes or the fruit of what we're going to drop tonight about not being able to pick your punishment when you commit a particular crime. The victims of crimes are the people who speak for the victims, are the only people who get to pick what the punishment is. When you commit a crime, you don't get to pick the punishment. I know a lot of y'all have these guys in a joint. When you get locked up, they tell you do this, do this, do this, do that, and you can get this, and that, but it don't always work in the real world. So, give it another minute. Maybe this is why I should do like other people that do the music intro or what have you. I'm still learning. Do the music intro, give everybody a chance to get in the room. But at the 4-minute mark, I'm gonna go ahead on and take off, and you can always catch this on the replay. It might take a little bit for the replay to re-upload, because I had to learn that when I did my last live stream Sunday, how that particular process goes. But nevertheless, I will do the replay, and you can catch the replay if you don't catch it live. So we're at the 4-minute mark. So let me go ahead on and get into it. So if you saw the title, Timothy Simpkins, the price for Thuggin. For those of you who don't know, and I didn't follow this story, I didn't know a lot about it till a couple days ago, and I didn't mention it. First off, I'm glad nobody lost their lives in this particular thing I'm gonna talk about. Thank goodness for that. But Timothy Simpkins is a guy that got convicted a couple days ago of attempted capital first-degree murder, which in Texas, he was lucky he didn't get life in prison. Apparently, he got into some kind of altercation. There was a video I saw of him at a gas station, and somebody he know robbed him. And he did all kind of searches on his phone and what have you. And long story short, he brought a gun to school and he wound up shooting a kid, getting into a fight with the kid. And then the next thing, a gun was produced and the kid was running away and he ran out, and it's all on camera. He shot the kid 2 or 3 times. They said a teacher and somebody else was injured. I didn't get to see that part. But I wanted to talk about something. On my live Sunday night, if anybody has commented, I don't see your comments. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay. Live chat. Okay. I got the live chat. Oh, now I think I should be able to see y'all. Like I said, just give me a minute, maybe 1 or 2 more times, and I'll get this figured out. Because I do a lot of this stuff on the fly. Nevertheless, let me get back to what I was talking about. So, the kid was running away, and he shot him a couple times. I think they said the teacher and somebody else got hurt. And I just happened to be cruising through YouTube and seeing something about this case. And I started following it. And so he got convicted. And if you tuned into the live where I talked about the brothers, people committing crimes, and I talked about the middle class and upper class dudes and chicks out here that's committing all these crimes and trying to be hood. I talked about that, and I talked about why do they want to come down, and I try to forewarn them. So I had said I thought that was really dumb for somebody to go out and commit a damn crime and do all this kind of thugging that come from middle class and upper class neighborhoods. They're trying to be something that they're not. Well, it turns out I was watching the news, you know how the newscast do a recap, and I was watching the closing arguments in the sentencing phase, and the prosecutor talked about how this guy came from a middle class neighborhood. He didn't want for nothing. There was no reason for him to do what he did. I remember another prosecutor saying something about him not calling law enforcement afterwards or what have you. And I just thought that was very, very telling. And it made me think about what I said Sunday. A lot of these crimes that's committed out here, everybody assumes that it's Pookie and Ray Ray. It's the low-class dudes who live in the Section 8 apartments or the projects. And a lot of this stuff is starting to reveal these middle class and these upscale dudes committing a lot of these crimes they shouldn't even be out here committing, but they're committing them. And the price of thugging, the price of that was, this guy was on, you can look it up after here. I'm not going to show it here. You can look it up on YouTube afterwards. Yeah, thanks for hitting the like button, whoever hit the like button. You can look it up on YouTube after. This guy got on the stand, Timothy Simpkins, and he was crying. He was begging and pleading. Please give me the strictest probation. Give me the hardest probation there is. I want a second chance. I deserve a second chance. Please, I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong. I know what I did was wrong. Please. He begged and pleaded with the jury to give him probation. He did not want to go to prison. Now, apparently this happened like 2 years ago or something like that. And, you know, with the whole COVID and all that moving through, it just finally got done. And they sentenced him to 12 years in prison for this act. 12 years. And that's what I wanted to talk about. To the middle class, upper class, hell, even to the impoverished young men and women that have a 2-parent household that's loving. There is a price for committing crimes. And I know a lot of y'all think because you got money, you're going to be able to escape that. As things is going on around the country, people are more and more becoming tired of these types of things. They're becoming tired. They're becoming tired of seeing children out here taking matters into their own hands and out here just shooting people and what have you. And they're responding so. Now, let me racialize this for a minute. For young black men in particular, a jury of your peers is not going to be a bunch of black boys on that jury. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're not going to be marched out there in front of a bunch of dudes that's sitting and a bunch of chicks that got dreads in their head and they come from the community you come from. I know the law says a jury of your peers, but reality tells you you're not going to see that. They're not going to march you out there. The process of jury nullification. If you don't know what that is, you should look into that more. But a lot of jury nullification goes on around here. So you're not going to be sitting on a jury facing a bunch of people that look like you. It's just not going to happen. And for the ones you see that look like you, a lot of times, they got things going for themselves. And they're tired of seeing that this cycle continues. That kid was crying, begging, pleading, give me 12, give me probation. Give me probation. I'll take that. I'll take probation. Give me probation. Just don't sentence me to prison. And they gave him 12 years. I'm going to keep hammering this home because I want people to understand this. If you come from a decent family, especially ones that have money, stay out of the streets. Ain't nothing in the streets but death and prison. That's it. Either somebody gonna kill you, or you gonna go to prison. Somebody you know is gonna kill you. It ain't gonna be a stranger, because you won't let strangers get that close to you. Somebody you know gonna kill you, or somebody you know gonna get you sent to prison. Timothy Simpkins is a perfect poster child for that. He went out there, he decided to take matters into his own hands for whatever reason. Like I said, according to what I know, supposedly he got robbed and he wanted to get even. And I'm assuming that this kid he attacked at school had something to do with this robbery. But stay out of the streets, young men, young women. Yep. Lee 77. Did I call it? Did I call it or what? Did I call it? That this is becoming more of a problem than people think it is, because mainstream media has made everybody think all the criminals are young black dudes that come from the hood. And you're starting to see this more and more across racial spectrums. This is starting to happen. These kids that got money, these kids that come from a good lineage, that have everything laid out for them, throwing their lives away to be thugs. I read something earlier today. Somebody in the comment section can correct me if I'm wrong, that Ja Morant got suspended by the Grizzlies for another gun incident. I don't know if that was old or if that is like current, but apparently he got caught with another gun or doing something about a gun and the team suspended him. I haven't seen like a breaking news, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But remember, I talked about Ja Morant last night and how he's going out of his way to try and be a criminal. He wants this thug imitation so bad. Excuse me, y'all. I'm here at this place. It's like they might be coming to unload me early. Oh, no. I beat the next truck here. But I talked about Ja Morant and how Ja Morant wants to be a gangster so bad that he's willing to throw away everything he have just to get down there in the fucking barrel with the damn crabs so they can damn pull him down. And the crabs all gonna be asking him, you stupid fucker, you was out there outside of the barrel. What the hell you fighting to get down here for? Let me make this clear. For those of you who don't know, there is a price that comes with thugging. Hold on one second. Yeah, what's going on?
Look who it is, Mr. Marshalltown.
What's happening?
Aren't you from Marshalltown?
Yeah.
What are you doing, kissing ass here?
No, I'm in here live streaming right now.
Huh?
I'm live streaming on my show.
Oh, I was laughing at the truck number.
Yeah.
Anyway, wake me up in the morning when you get done.
All right.
Thanks.
Sorry about that, everybody. What's happening, eyes and ears? It do, man. I'm talking about this Timothy Simpkins thing. Sorry, I got interrupted, everybody. I didn't know how to pause the stream, so yeah. As you guys can see, we do it raw and uncut here. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. I'm talking about the whole Timothy Simpkins thing down in Fort Worth, Tarrant County. For those of y'all don't know, Fort Worth is in Tarrant County. He got convicted, I believe, Thursday or Friday, and the jury delivered, and they gave him 12 years. When the live stream ends, you guys can go on YouTube and just put in his name and just watch how he cried. But anyhow, I was saying about, Ja Morant throwing his life away, trying to be a thug, it's real out here, man. Once you get to where they process you and they take you to that back and you start talking to all them people, you get around these dudes that's going to be telling you, yeah, I'm going away for 40, 50, 60 years flat. Reality set in. I talked about the price of thugging. A lot of people are not willing to pay. A lot of people are not willing to pay that price. I'll give you another example. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I know I shouldn't bring this guy up, but I'm gonna bring. What's going on, William? Welcome to the live stream. I just did an impromptu. I wanted to do this last night, but I just decided I didn't have the energy. Today, I just wanted to do a little bit more research on it before I talked about it. If you've seen the title, you already know what I'm talking about. But that rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine supposedly got with some gangsters or what have you, and when it was time, he ran around portraying like he was this big gangster, and when it was time, yeah, you're right about that, Lee. When it was time to face the music, the very first thing he did was get up there and tell on everybody, and he told everything for two reasons. Number one, he was not a gangster and is not a gangster. He's one of those dudes who's been around a few black people, and he think that gives him the pass. If he just run around and scream the word nigga, that gives him street cred. That's number one. Number two, a part of thugging that a lot of men cannot accept is when they go to prison, they boys going after their girl. When he found out they was after his chick, he even got up there and said, yeah, they was trying to sleep with my chick. They was trying to have my baby mama, blah, blah, blah. Most guys can't handle that. That is a part of thugging that TV don't show you. That's a part of thugging that don't get glorified. But that's a part of the price you got to pay when you want to thug. You want to be out there with the gang? Fine. Because let me explain something to you. That woman that's turned on by you thugging, she's turned on by everybody else that does that. See, that's the part a lot of guys, when they make this contract to be part of the street life, that's the part a lot of guys can't accept. When I go to prison, is any of my boys gonna be after my girl? That's the part a lot of them don't like. But that's a part of the bargain. That's a part of the deal. For those of you who remember, I seen the Guy Fisher story. When the word got back to Nicky Barnes that he was with Nicky Barnes' girl, Nicky Barnes decided, I'm going to rat him out because he with my girl. Now, I know a part of their pact was that wasn't something they was supposed to do. But I'm telling you, when you go to prison, that's the first thing that happen. The dudes that was around you, whoever had some kind of a feeling for your lady, they going to go after her. Make a lot of y'all crack. You get back there now, you got to live with prison politics. And that's what Timothy Simpkins is finding out. And the prosecutor made sure she nailed that home. You ain't had no excuse. You didn't want for nothing. You wasn't hurting for no money. You came from money. See, he couldn't pull the, well, my dad ain't around. I grew up in the Section 8 apartment projects type shit that a lot of dudes been able to kind of lean on. See, that affluenza is going out the window now. More and more as these crimes start happening across the country, people are saying it doesn't matter what your financial status is. Don't matter what your social status is. We got prisons we got to fill. This is the price. Thanks for volunteering. Young boys, let me tell y'all something. Y'all live in a world now where cameras is everywhere. I came up, boy, if there was a camera around, yeah, we didn't have HD. VHS was a motherfucker. Now, y'all got cameras everywhere. Most of y'all don't understand a part of being a thug is you need to know how to read. Let me just go ahead and educate y'all on something while we here. If you got a young teenage boy, put him in the chat. Hell, turn him on to this. Let me educate y'all about something. Part of thugging, part of being in the street life, the number one rule is you need to know how to fucking read. Let me tell you why you need to know how to read. Eventually, you're going to jail. Whether you did something or not, if you keep hanging around the same people, eventually you're going to jail. Don't matter if they got to trump up a charge. When your lawyer come to see you, and he bring you the police report, and you sit down and you can't get past the first sentence, and you tell your lawyer, well, tell me what this means. Your lawyer, the prosecutor, and the judge is all part of the same bar association. All of them. That's how they can sit in New Orleans on Tulane and Broad and put on performative show in the courtroom and then leave and go out to a nice steakhouse, and you'll see the same judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney sitting down at the table having cocktails and laughing together. They're all a part of the same bar association. They work with the police. That's their job. If you want to be a thug, you want to be a criminal, part of your fucking job is to know that. Most police officers are not mentally as smart as people think they are. And I'm going to tell you why. It's easier to speak a lie than it is to write one. When you speak one, when they say you did something, they can always change their story and get their story together. When they write one, that's it. Once they turn that in, that's official document. They can't go back and recant the report and say, no, I got to do it over. That's an official document. When you read that police report, a lot of times in that report, they write down things that don't make sense, number one. And number two, Their writing is totally different from what they spoke. They got body cameras now. So they're saying one thing on camera and they're writing something totally different. They stopped you on this corner, but they stopped you back there. Just something that technical can get you out of trouble. But hell, when your defense attorney know you can't fucking read, what you think you gonna go back and tell the prosecutor? Yeah, come on, then the judge, come on, let's carve up a deal for this guy. This guy, he's gonna be annoying. He can't fucking read. I gotta tell him everything. I gotta tell him everything the reports say. Let's just make him take some time so we can get this over with. When you get back there, all them jailhouse lawyers, all these dudes that's telling you to do this, and that, they fishing for information. See, they want you to tell them what happened. So then they can turn around behind your back and then go and say, yeah, he did it. Because he said this, and that. How do I know? I wasn't out there. I was locked up. See, this is the price of thugging that a lot of y'all don't know. And y'all find out the hard way. The prisons is just like the jailhouses. I'm sorry. The prisons is just like the streets. It's full of people looking for information. Information to hold on to. Happy birthday to you, Rebecca Thomas. I hope I said your name right. Happy birthday to you. Everybody in the chat, shout out Rebecca. Thumbs up. We appreciate you joining. You are welcome. If this is your first time to the Alert Zone, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you go back and catch up, you'll understand why we do what we do here. This is a worldwide movement, so definitely happy birthday to you, and I wish you many, many, many more. 60 years old. 60 years old. You have been, I don't use the word blessed that much, but you've been blessed to see 60 years. Hope I live that long. But back to what I was saying. These are parts of thugging that a lot of y'all don't understand, and you learn it the hard way. I watch Cops a lot. I watch the first 48 a lot. Why do I watch those a lot? Because you can learn something. You can watch the same episode 10 times and learn something different from that same episode all 10 times. Something you didn't catch the first time. What do you see on the first 48? A lot of times comedians make jokes about things that would be real. When Mike Epps talked about, they ought to call it the first 48 snitches. What do you see? When somebody gets caught or somebody loses their lives and the person know who it was and don't say nothing. And then 3 weeks later, they get caught with a gun. They get caught doing something they ain't got no business, and they come and tell the homicide detectives, hey, I'll tell you about your case if you can help me with mine. This person did this, and that. I know that for a fact. And then they go back and look at the facts they already collected. Well, you're not lying. Can you help me with my gun charge? Can you help me with my resistance charge? Same thing in a prison. They tell you they hate snitches in prison. They are damn lie. They love them back there. Them little kites that they be writing, they love them back there. Everybody back there want to know what you in here for. And can I find out something about you that I can go and tell so I can reduce my time? The price of thugging. Your mom, your dad, your loved ones, your friends. Timothy Simpkins. Yeah, he gonna appeal it. But it's on video, so I don't know what it is he can appeal. His family gonna do those 12 years with him. Well, he may not do the full 12 since he's a teenage offender. They may have all kind of programs. He might do a couple years and get out. But his family gonna do that time with him. When he gets out, he gonna be on strict probation. What he was asking for. He ain't gonna be able to go here. He ain't gonna be able to go there. It's the price of thugging. Another part of the price of thugging a lot of people don't like is you got to understand, when you say you're willing to give your life, you mean that. See, a lot of people can't handle that. They tell you they okay with that. Going to jail, if I got to do time, I'll do time. Oh, if I lose my life, I'll just lose my life. But they don't really believe in that. I just want you guys out there and girls out there to think about that. I want y'all to go and look at the video of him. How pitiful he looks sitting there crying. That he was begging for probation. See, when you commit a crime, you don't get to pick the punishment. You can't tell somebody else how they should feel as a victim, because that's not you. You don't get to pick the punishment. They pick it. They pick your punishment. And you ain't gonna always like it. Sometimes you may think it's extreme, but hey, this is part of the price you gotta pay. This young man threw his life away for bullshit. He threw his life away because he wanted to prove something to everybody. And I seen his relatives show up with that his life matters and hashtag stop bullying, trying to say he was bullied and what have you. This could have did something if he felt like he was bullied. He got robbed. He could have filed a report. No, he wanted to sell a score and he wanted to prove something to somebody. At the fucking school of all places. You don't go catch this guy out in the street somewhere. You come to fucking school with a gun. And this is what happens. You get up there and you beg. Please, let me go on probation. I'm pretty sure somebody that, I don't know if he's been bonded out or if he's been sitting in jail the whole time, but I'm pretty sure some dude in jail told him to ask for strict probation. He can probably get it. You know, these guys got all the answers, even though a lot of them doing like the fucking installment plan. Your dress is gold and black shoes, black jacket, heels. Boy, you going out there and just turn up, huh? Rebecca going out there and turn up tonight. Enjoy your 60th birthday. I wish you a safe return and a happy, happy, happy birthday. Once again, welcome to the Alert Zone. I'm not real familiar with your name. I'm not sure if you just happened to come across this live stream because of the name or what have you. But we definitely salute you here for your 60 years of wisdom. May whatever creator you believe in bless you with another 60 years up on this earth. Shout out, we got 8 people in the chat. I know some people might be laughing. 8 people, haha. He can't even get double digits. That's fine. I do pretty good on the replays. You know, this is a grassroots movement. It's organic, so it takes time to catch on. Now I'm showing 11. It takes time to catch on. You know, like I said again, if you come from money, if you're somebody that's sitting at home right now, you live in a nice neighborhood, you don't want for nothing. You don't have to look down on people that don't have what you have, but you don't have to go out there and imitate what you think that they're out there doing. You don't have to imitate that. Because let me explain something else to you guys. Recidivism. A lot of the guys that's out there in the hood thugging, it's the same 15 or 20 people. What up, Naturally Toasty? I'm good. Appreciate you joining the chat. I'm going to try next time before I go live to maybe I'll do like a short or like try to post the announcement ahead of time. Friday, I'm going to try and go live Friday afternoon if work permits it. I'm going to try not to do it during the 7 Central time slot because I know usually a regular gun guy is on. And I don't want to step on nobody's toes. And, I know I don't have the following that he has, but I want to try and be respectful. I know that's kind of a time slot where he is on and what have you. So I'm going to try and go live Friday because there is something else I need to talk about. It's a different subject. I think live streaming is going to be the best way because when I try and do the repost, there may be a strike on it. I don't know, But it is going to be something that we talk about on this channel. And if you came from the old channel, we talked about it on the old channel. And it's just going on to the new channel. And I think I can at least get it in through the live stream. So you might want to check that live stream out. I'll try and let you guys know a couple hours ahead of time about the time that I'm going to be going live. And then, I'll try and give everybody a couple minutes to get in so you can catch it, just in case they don't let the replay go up. But back to what I was saying. Man, ain't nothing fun about thugging. The end of the road to thugging is something a lot of people just cannot handle. Yeah, man, I appreciate you too, William. Definitely appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everybody that supports this channel, I just try and drop my experiences and my knowledge to what I know because I see that this has stretched widespread. And as I like to remind everybody, for people who never seen this channel before, I'm originally from New Orleans. So I grew up where all these stereotypes you see about us on TV is, and I live in Iowa. Basically, I live around everybody that's not black. It doesn't get broadcast on mainstream media, but they feeling the same things we feeling. They're starting to see it now, and the years I've been up there, I've pointed things out to people that they've started to see. While everybody is looking here, the problem is coming from there. And it's going across all spectrums. At the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody losing their children out here. In a perfect world, we wouldn't even be talking about self-defense. We wouldn't be talking about arming yourself, but we don't live in a perfect world. I understand for us, the grown-ups, we are what we are. I understand now with social media, social media got more of a grip than television and radio. When I was a kid, I never could imagine us having the pressures of social media that these young kids got on them. Social media has created a fantasy world for a lot of people. A lot of people see the glory, but they don't see the guts. And the guts is something that make the average person want to puke. This is why you see these young boys and young girls out here, when it's time to pay the piper, in court literally breaking down. They're begging, please let me go. Please, they're begging. They're begging. Please, 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 please let me go. You right about that, boy. Technology is a mud in 20 years. Shit. For the young people out there, they don't understand the Patriot Act. But they don't understand, as I always say, social media, YouTube, whatever, is being monitored constantly. Hell, with the whole Carly Russell thing, your search engine is being monitored. Low key. This is how they know what sites you visit, but that's another story for another day. But back to what I was saying about thugging. Tekashi 6ix9ine wanted to be a thug until it was time to get that RICO charge. And he told on everybody real quick, because he's not a gangster. I'm going to say what I said Sunday. to you guys out there that's really into that life. Stop trying to make people be something they're not. If you know this guy is not a gangster, don't force him to be a gangster. Because it puts all of us in danger. And you know what they say, the only thing worse than a gangster is a gangster wannabe. The gangster wannabe will shoot you faster than the gangster will. Because the gangster wannabe got to try and show everybody he's tough. The dudes that are really gangsters don't have to do that. They don't go out picking fights. They adhere to the rules and they understand what the rules are and they follow them to the T. I'm 43. I'm a Gen Xer. Gen X was the last group, especially in black society, that got to see men. The millennials, which is our children in Gen Z, they've grown up under women rule. So, they don't follow gang rules anymore because they've never had to respect a man. Because they grew up in the house with their mom. And a lot of them, their moms taught them not to respect men. That's just a fact. So of course they're not gonna adhere to the gang code because they've never had to answer to a black man, so they're not gonna answer to you. Doesn't matter that you're the gang leader. And you're telling them these are the rules. In their mind, fuck you. You ain't gonna enforce no rules on me because you ain't gonna tell me what to do. That's why you see what you see out here. Grandmas being sexually assaulted. Man, that used to be unheard of. That would be like some type of sadistic serial killer type motherfucker. You know, when you heard of a crime like that, this some guy that's been around the country killing people. Now you're seeing 12, 13, 14-year-old boys getting together as groups and going do this to 70 and 80 and 90-year-old women. In closing, I'm going to say this. To the family of Timothy Simpkins, if y'all see this, all I can say is this to y'all. Start talking to other people that's in his situation. Start talking to the young fellas that's in the middle class and the affluent neighborhoods. And tell them this ain't the way to go. Because he's learning the hard way the price of thugging. I'm going to tell you something. The streets don't forgive. The streets don't forget. It might be 10, 20, 30 years. You got to get away all the time. You only got to catch you once. That's it. I grew up in Louisiana, New Orleans. When I was in elementary school, they would have the dudes from Angola come and talk to us. And they would tell us, you guys are one decision away from Angola. I remember when I was in the 4th grade, a guy telling me, you got to rewatch? Well, anyhow, I'll just say this and then I'll continue. Well, you can rewatch it. And I'm just gonna say this. I grew up hearing all the horror stories about prison. I grew up with dudes and around older cats that was into that. And they would all talk to me about the price you gotta pay. They taught me about all the games they pay in prison and all that. And I'm gonna be honest, there ain't nobody in prison I won't see. I never thought going to prison don't make a man no more of a man than not going to prison makes you less than a man because you haven't been. Prison don't have to be a rites of passage. To me, it's not. It's nothing to glorify. The dudes back there in prison will tell you, this ain't nothing to glorify. I remember a guy saying he was getting a store-bought cake, getting to eat a store-bought cake for the first time in 20 years. Something that simple. He said he committed a convenience store robbery and his co-defendant got killed. So he got his time plus his co-defendant time. I think that man told me he had something like 100 and something years that they sentenced him to Angola. He said, basically, I'm going to die back there. This young man threw his life away as a teenager for thugging. For thugging. He threw his life away. His name is in the description, Timothy Simpkins. Go look him up and just watch how he weeps on that stand and how he begs and pleads. Look at the clip where they show the closing arguments where the prosecutor gets up there and says he didn't have this to do. That's what I'm telling all y'all young boys out there. Y'all don't have this to do. To all y'all dudes that's really into the streets, stop letting these young boys join y'all. Stop letting these cowards join y'all. Because it's costing everybody their fucking lives. Not just y'all, it's costing us too. Yeah, you're right about that. Right about that. About the politicians. I'm saying we as the law-abiding citizens gotta understand something. And I'm just saying to the dudes that's really about that life, if you know a dude ain't really into that, stop making him get into it. Don't let somebody join the gang you know is a weak link. Leave him out of it. Leave her out of it. It's okay, tell him, hey man, this ain't for you. Go. Just go, man. No, you're not welcomed here. I appreciate y'all joining me. I've been on here about 50 minutes now. I'm going to try and get the replay uploaded. Thank you to everybody. Once again, Rebecca, if you are still in the comment section, happy birthday to you. I wish you many, many, many more. Thanks to everybody that commented. Thanks for the 8 likes that I got. You guys and girls will never know how much I appreciate that. To my brother, Eyes and Ears Tactical, I want to say congratulations to you, Grandpa. Man, may you really, really enjoy your granddaughter. Man, tell your son and his wife, welcome to parenthood. Tell them I wish them a long, fruitful life. Definitely enjoy your children, your grandchildren. Is a wonderful thing to see life be passed on and your lineage be passed on. To everybody out there, whether you caught the live or you see the replay, remember, sometime you gotta live and let live. Choose your fights. Every fight in the street ain't worth fighting. Sometimes just let it go. Because the price of thugging can be a costly one. Till next time, everybody out there, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert.